Happy video day, guys. Christina, Brooke here. Today we are going to be getting into foundations. So 2021 brought me a couple of complexion products that I think have literally knocked my socks off. Like, I think that this year knocked my socks off. Like, I'm actually shocked how well complexion did this year. Considering that there wasn't that many complexion products I really released, there was two huge winners for me this year. Like huge. So I am going to be running down with you guys the complexion products that I tried this year. So I have a few here and a couple that I returned, and I will be telling you guys why. I don't think I'm going to put this in any order. We're just going to talk about each one of them, and I'll probably just tell you guys how much I can't stand some of them, because some of them were really bad and some of them were amazing. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about foundations of 2021, all of the products that I tried, and my new holy grails. I think some of you guys already know which one it is. Okay, if you know which one my holy grail is and you're like, Christina, this is not like a huge secret, you talk about it all the time, leave that comment down below of which one you think it is, because you guys know. But that doesn't mean that this isn't going to be interesting, because there's some here that you guys haven't seen in a while. And I'm going to tell you guys the 411. So if you are not subscribed already, don't forget to go ahead and hit subscribe. I would love to see you guys again. And let's jump into this. Let's get into everything right now. So for my skin type, I'm in my late 30s, very sensitive skin. So sensitive skin. I get little dry areas if I use bad foundations. I don't like fragrance. My skin hates fragrance in foundations. There are certain products and foundations that I will become itchy if I use. Like, you're talking about pretty sensitive skin here, okay? I also have acne prone skin, which is not a fun thing when you're trying new foundations. And I think I would consider myself combo skin. I've got some areas that get a little oily, and then I get some areas that get a little dry. So I have a very fun skin type. I'm not one of those people who can put on every foundation, okay? So I'm definitely not a try whatever foundation, 90% of the time it's gonna work for me type of girl. That is not me. So we're gonna go ahead and run these down. I'm gonna tell you guys how they worked out for me and the problems that I had with them. And some of them were just totally amazing. So let's start off with one that I no longer have. And I'm going to tell you guys, there is going to be a few here that I no longer have. I am very picky with complexion. So I feel like if I buy a foundation and it does not work, I will most likely send it back. And that does not happen that much with concealers. That doesn't happen that much with eyeshadow palettes, because I always feel like those, sometimes I will end up using it. But with complexion, if it doesn't work, if it's the wrong color, if it makes me itchy, I will never use it again. So most of the time, if it doesn't work, it's going back. So there's a few that went back, okay? So Gucci is going to be our first one that we're gonna talk about. So this one I actually bought towards the end of last year. So I would say this was like a December purchase, but it didn't get that much talked about in December. So I'm gonna throw it into like a January kind of deal. Now this Gucci foundation, guys, oh, is it so beautiful when I put it on. This was one of those foundations that's like a trigger. Like, you put it on, it looks amazing. If you have fine lines, it like smooths them over. Like, it's not one that goes into lines. It looked so good. I was head over heels obsessed with the way that this one looked, okay? But this is one of those foundations you've got to wear multiple times if you have sensitive skin, because my skin hated it. Oh my goodness. I have never had such a reaction to a foundation than with the Gucci foundation. So I believe it's their strong scent. This is a foundation perfume bottle. If you smell the scent in this Gucci foundation, it is so strong. And I believe it's the scent that drove my skin mad. But after using this for, I think it was like 2 or 3 days straight, I got all red, all here. Like, it was like itchy, dry redness that I was like, oh my goodness. My skin usually does get itchy. If there's something inside the foundation that my skin doesn't like, I will get itchy. Like, it's usually right here in the nose, right here in the nose. I will get an itchy right there. Or I'll get itchy right here. It's like this area right here. This is where I get itchy. And that's how I know that there's something in the foundation my skin doesn't like. But my skin hated this one, like hated it so much that it took me a while for my skin to finally calm down. And I'm talking about putting little cortisone things on my face, like trying to make it like relax. It took a while for my skin to finally come back to normal. So sensitive skin, steer clear from Gucci. Okay? If you don't have sensitive skin though, if you don't have sensitive skin, this is beautiful, and I think mature skin will love it because it just looks so good on mature skin. But I would say be cautious if you have dry skin because there's something in it. Okay, so now that we've talked about one that I cannot stand, let's talk about one that's really good. Huda Beauty's Faux Filter Stick Foundation. So this was also a end of the year purchase of 2020, but it really didn't get that much until 2021 used, you know, because I think I bought it like December. So I really didn't get to use it until 2021. This is so good. Every single one of the foundations we talk about, I will have them listed down below, even the ones that I returned, and I'll include the shade that I purchased in each one of them, just so you guys will know. But this one I have in the color Latte 300N. I love this one. I love this. I have, so you guys know I've been doing my 5-day challenges. So in preparation for this video, I started using some of these foundations just to show you guys like a screen grab of me wearing the foundation. So I'll show you guys the screen grab of me wearing this one. I feel like when I use this one, this is the best out of every single one that I like and I kept for wrinkles. Like if you have forehead wrinkles or anything like that, this is the one that goes into all of them the least and is the least noticeable. It also photographs amazing. Like this is one of those that when you're going to an event, you put this on and the photos will look beautiful. It has a nice skin-like finish, but man, does it give you the coverage. Like this is a medium, nice coverage foundation that doesn't get into lines. It has a nice consistency. It doesn't break me out. I could wear it consistently. This is a good foundation. Like honestly, in my list of foundations, I think this is my number 2 foundation right now. And number 2, just because for me, I wouldn't wear it every single day because it's a little bit heavier than I like to wear every day. But let me tell you, events, photographs, filming, anything that I want to look perfected, this is the go-to. This is beautiful. I love this. This is better than her other foundation, which is in this video. This is the best Huda foundation has ever released. Has no scent, does not irritate my skin, and I can wear it like 5 million kajillion times. All right, so let's talk about another one that's no longer with us. That was sent back to Sephora because two problems with this one. So this was the KVD Foundation Balm. If you guys saw my makeup regrets video, like things that I don't know why I ended up purchasing them, this was in there. And it was in there for multiple reasons. I told you guys the first thing that I don't really love about this is it's a balm. So I don't know, balm makeup makes people with acne prone skin break out. And I've noticed this, like this has happened to me with a few balms. If you're acne prone skin, stay away from a balm. There's something in those products that make you break out. This one made me break out after using it a few times, and I kind of realized like, ooh, I'm getting like those cystic looking acne things that I don't usually get unless I use a product that makes them come out. This one makes those cystic acnes come out on me, okay? So that was a big no-go. Now, one thing that was so cool about this is literally like stage makeup. I would call this stage makeup. It is so flawless that it's almost like holy cannolis flawless, but it doesn't look super heavy. So it's a really tricky little thing. Like I can see people enjoying wearing this that really want a flawless complexion because it doesn't look like you have a really thick mask on. Now, when I look at myself in the mirror, I could tell, like, I'm like, whoa, got a lot of makeup on, Christina. But it's not like one of those foundations that feel like it. Like, you don't feel like you're wearing that much makeup. But it does, I mean, it looks heavier. You know, if you're used to wearing lighter makeup, this is going to look heavier. But it did a really decent job that I personally was actually thinking of purchasing this again in the correct shade. But this foundation kept on being sold out. So when I returned it and went to go get my shade, there was no shades available. It was literally like one shade. And I was like, yep, most likely it's not going to match me. And it didn't. And I ended up not buying it that day. And with time, my want for it kind of went away. And also when I started to realize, hey, this little guy kind of broke me out, I started saying, I don't really need it. It's kind of like an event makeup, very special occasion makeup for me. Like if you're getting married and you're gonna be like in a million pictures and you wanna look like you know, flawless, like this would put like that flawless filter on you, but like every day, and especially with what I'm doing now, which is like a whole lot of nothing, it didn't really make sense. So I ended up not buying this one, but I'm kind of like on the fence with it. I'm like torn with it. I think it has its good properties, but I have to be careful with it because it does break me out. All right, so let's talk about the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Luminous Foundation. So this is her revamped foundation. So you guys know she had her regular one, which was terrible. I know some people liked it, but man, that thing was so thick and it smelled like a perfume bottle, and I could not, my skin hated it so much, right? So I couldn't even use that. So when she came out with the luminous one, I got very excited because I like Huda Beauty and I like the fact that this one was supposed to have no scent in it, so that got me very excited. Now, this one I have a love-hate relationship with it. So it's 300N Latte, the same exact color that I have in the stick foundation. The thing with this one is, this one's so weird. So I'm gonna show you guys a screen grab of me wearing it. It looks so cool and so pretty on camera. It is also one of those that if you're doing photography, wedding photos, if you're a bride, or if you just need to look flawless for any event, this does that. And like this, the coverage on this is good. It's pretty thick. It doesn't feel thick, and it looks like your skin. This one is more skin-like. This one's a little bit more like makeup. This one looks more skin-like, but it does a really good job of perfecting the skin. My problem with this is even though it does not have a scent in it, there is a property inside of this that makes me itchy. So I did wear this yesterday and I'm still itchy today. So I have itchiness right here on the side of my nose and right here on the edge of my chin. A little bit of redness from wearing this product yesterday. What is in this? I don't know, because really the scent is not, it's not like a scented product. It doesn't have a strong scent. The only thing that I can think is it's a little bit drying on the skin. Like, you know how sometimes you feel like some foundations feel drying? This one feels drying. The luminosity to it is not a hydrating luminosity. So you're not getting that hydration to the skin. You're getting a glow that's not hydrating. So it's almost like a mattified glow. And because of that, I feel like it's a little drying on my skin. So I believe that that's why my skin gets itchy. So if you have sensitive skin, I would say this one might irritate it a little bit. So let's talk about Glowish, because honestly, this is another product that was released by Huda Beauty that I talked about this one also in like a regretty kind of video. Now, the thing with this is this is supposed to be like a skin tint, okay? So I have it in the color light medium 04. It actually works nice, but if you live in a humid climate like me, it's not the best to put on such a dewy thing. Like this is so dewy. Whereas this one was not dewy, it was luminous. This is dewy. So it was like, these are like complete opposites. Like it's so funny how Huda does something like this. Is like literally you just like drenched yourself in water, and then this one is like, you know, I've got a luminosity but I'm kind of dry. So this is the opposite. This is so hydrating, okay? But in my humid weather, I can't wear this as a skin tint or I look like I'm sweating. So honestly, what I have liked to do when I've done this is mixing these two together. The last time I mixed these two together, I don't remember feeling as itchy. So that is why I'm wondering if the hydration from this one helps the formula to make it less itchy for my type of skin. I'm gonna have to test that together again. Like maybe I'll do it after my face isn't itchy anymore. Okay, I got itch right here. But we talked about some like in-between products. I wanna talk about this one. The e.l.f. Camo foundation. This is like a CC cream, but this is a foundation. This is so heavy. Like this is a heavy CC cream, but I actually kind of like this. This is in light 280N is what I bought it in. And this reminded me kind of like the IT Cosmetics CC cream. Like it was thicker. It looks more like a foundation. I like the way it looked on my skin. It didn't really irritate my skin. It's not my favorite. Like I'm not gonna wear this as a CC cream because when I wear like these type of CC creams, I want it to look a little bit less makeup-y, like almost like I have nothing on, which is why I wear like a Bare Minerals. If I'm gonna wear something like this, I usually will grab, should I show you guys my favorite one? Why not? I'll grab this. I'll grab the LYS, like, you know, because it just feels so much better on my skin. Like I like it a lot more. So this is a good product. It's definitely nice if you're like wanting something in the drugstore, like if you want something from the drugstore that's like a nice CC cream. This I think works really nice, and I've actually enjoyed it. It actually has SPF of 30 in it, so I do like this. I do like this. It's not like my favorite, and it's not bad. So it's right there in the middle, and it's decent. Okay, so let's talk about my favorite, because I just like showed it to you. LYS, you guys know this. I mean, the Triple Fix Serum Foundation. I found this year, and I can't believe I found this year because I feel like I've been using this my whole life because I love this. This is my second bottle. I already purchased my second bottle. This one, it has just a couple more pumps left, if you guys can see. I use this like crazy this whole year. My skin loves this. I get no itchiness. I get no pimples, no breakouts. It goes over fine lines. It works beautifully on my skin. I always feel like it looks perfected. It is my favorite foundation in the world. Best foundation ever goes to this. It is a cruelty-free, vegan, gluten-free foundation. Amazingness. I buy it in MG5, and I've said this a million times. Try this. Like, I just think it's so worth it. Great price tag, amazing products in it. They even infuse skincare into their products, and it's just worth it. I like buying things that feel worth it, and I feel like that's worth it. So let's finish the video with one that's so not worth it. Fenty Skin Ease, or Skin D's, or what are you called? Eavesdrop. The Eavesdrop. I don't like this. I really don't like this. So this is in the color, I kept it because I thought I was going to use it. I got it in color 7. I think that's what it is. I really thought that maybe if I just kept on trying to use this, I would make this work. It never worked. It never worked. Some people like this. So this is just me. This is my skin. I think that for my age, it makes me look really, really old. It goes into my fine lines. It looks drying on the skin. It's supposed to be a skin tint, but it's a little heavier. It looks thicker. It looks like you have makeup on. Everything I don't like. Everything I don't like. Now, if you have like oily skin, maybe you'll like this because it's a little drier and it's drying on the skin. So maybe it'll work for you. But like me, oh, I don't like this. And this also made me itchy. This was also an itchy culprit. Like I'm thinking that it's products that have like drying elements in it make me itchy, and a lot of perfume. But yeah, no, this wasn't good for me. I definitely would not recommend this for sensitive skin at all, just because I just think that it just missed the mark. It missed the mark. But anyway, so that is the foundations that I tried in 2021, the foundations of 2021. And if you guys can see, there was 2 huge winners. The LYS foundation and the Faux Filter Stick Foundation from Huda were amazing. It is my #1 and #2 foundation of all time as of right now. Like, I really love them. And yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Let me know which foundation you tried this year that you actually really love. I want to try some new stuff for next year, so leave me some suggestions, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.